I get my hair chopped, you guys. I sit down with an amazing professional hairstylist, Justin Hickox. He's here on YouTube. He's got a channel. I'll link to it below. He gives a lot of great advice on hair, especially for those of us who are over 40, how to style your hair if you have thinning hair, if you're a little bit older and you really don't know what to do to stay on trend and just have a flattering hairstyle that works for you, that's low maintenance but looks really beautiful. So let's get my hair chopped.
First of all, thank you for letting me do this.
I'm so excited.
I am so nervous. It's not very often that I'm nervous, but you have way too many people that are in your corner for me to mess this one up. So let's just hope.
It's not even possible.
I can't mess up until I mess up. So, okay, we have not actually talked about what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your hair. What's going on?
I have a lot of extensions going on in here. My hair naturally is very fine.
Okay, you do have extensions.
I do, yep. So they're in the back there.
Okay.
And my hair is naturally very thin and it's thinning on top. Like I've had hair loss over the last several years that I've been fighting. And so trying to get volume at the roots is a thing. And I always wear it long, honestly, just because I'm a mom and I don't have a lot of time to style it every day. Like I love shorter haircuts on me because I don't have time to style it. I look like a troll.
You do not look like a troll.
When I don't style it, I wake up, it's all crazy and stuff. So I always have had it long just because I can braid it while I sleep. And then when I wake up, I just comb it out. It's like what I have today and it's just easy. So I think I need something easy, but I defer to you, like whatever you think will look good on me. No pressure, Justin.
So I was thinking that like maybe a cut like mine would look great on you. How does that feel?
Hey,
I've always wanted you to go fade on my extensions.
Low maintenance.
So back up for 1 second. You mentioned that you experienced thinning. Mm-hmm. So is this something that has happened recently or is this something that you've noticed over a period of time?
It's been about 10 years or so. Like my hair naturally used to be this thick.
Okay.
And then about 10 years ago when I went on a weight loss journey, lost weight and all that, it just fell out and it never grew back. So
okay. That's actually not very uncommon.
Oh, really?
Especially depending on, and I'm not saying that you did, I have no idea how your journey went, right? So I don't know if it was wrong or right or whatever.
Yeah.
But in many cases that actually people will see that happen. There's so many changes that are going on in your body at that point that absolutely it's a stress on your body, right? And that's something that I think a lot of people don't think about is how much stress, good stress, right? You've got a new job, you're excited to move to a new place, it's the place you've always wanted, you're happy, that's still stress.
Yeah.
And stress can cause hair loss, regardless if it's, like good or bad.
So one thing I have done in my hair loss journey, if you guys have followed me on my YouTube channel, you know I have struggled with hair loss for, like probably 15 years now, you guys. It's been a really long time, is that I've had unexplained hair loss. Doctors haven't given me any reasons as to what's causing it. They don't know how to cure it. And the one thing that I've consistently done for 5 years now, I first started using this in 2019, you guys, before I was pregnant with my daughter. It's been a long time. So I partnered with them today. They are sponsoring today's video, and it's by the brand iRestore. They're an incredible brand, you guys, that have these professional devices that help with hair growth. So what this is the iRestore Pro system, and it has 282 medical grade lasers and LEDs in here to help stimulate growth in your hair. And I've really seen great results with it, you guys. You have to be consistent with it, but it's really easy to do. So what I do is I keep this helmet by my chair in my bedroom, and every other night I wear this for 25 minutes. You don't have to do anything except put it on. So it has this remote here, and all you have to do is hit the button and you'll see it'll start and it goes to 25 minutes, and that's it. So you hit the play button here because you can pause it if you need, but can you guys see the red lights going off in there? So it uses red light therapy and lasers, and you just sit for 25 minutes. What I do is I read a book, I chill. I do this at night before bed, so it's really fast and easy, and it's not painful, it doesn't get hot or anything like that, but you just let the lights hit your scalp and it helps to stimulate growth and slow down hair loss. So for me, what I've noticed most is that I've seen some hair growth. I'll show you in a second around the front of my hairline. I've seen some baby hairs growing in, and I've noticed that my hair loss has stopped. I haven't lost more hair since I started using it. So for me, that's a huge win, because for years on end, like every year, I felt like my hair was getting thinner and thinner. So it's stopped my hair loss, and I've seen some growth, but you do have to be consistent with it. What I love about the brand and why I partner with them for so many years now is because they have a 12-month guarantee. So if you guys at any time don't like the device, you feel like it's not worth it, you can send it back, get a full refund. So I really like that they stand behind their product enough to offer a full refund if anyone's not happy with their purchase. So I will put more information in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. I'll put a code here if you guys want to use that to save some money with them. I really believe in the brand. I've been using this, like I said, for 5 years or so. I'm grateful for them sponsoring today's video. So thank you, iRestore.
So talk to me about your ideal and a perfect world length, and don't say to me whatever you think.
Okay.
And the reason I say this is because I want you to know, like, we can do any length.
Okay.
It's not the length that's going to work for you. It's what we do inside of that length, how we layer it, where we create volume, where we take volume away. That's what's going to accentuate things about your face shape. So what I need to know is, where do you feel comfortable? Like, what do you feel good? What length do you feel like I'm rocking the hell out of this?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, in this very moment here as I'm sitting in Justin's chair, I was so nervous, you all. I was trying not to let it show with him because I was like, how short are we cutting it?
I mean, I do like longer hair.
Okay.
So I don't know if this is too long, but ideally, like anything past the shoulder very good. But I do like long hair because it's kind of my security blanket where I can do different styles, things like that.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be like this.
Okay. So on the longer side, below the collarbone.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay. Talk to me about, and this is going to sound like this might be an uncomfortable question for some people, but when you look in the mirror, what do you look at and say, these are my favorite things? What do you love about your face shape? Or your face in general?
I love my eyes.
Okay.
I like my cheekbone and then my jawline. But if I had to pick one feature, I think my eyes is what I emphasize the most.
Your eyes? You do have beautiful eyes, so that
Thank you.
makes perfect sense to me. And I think you have great cheekbones as well. So I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff that you're seeing.
Yeah.
The reason that I say that is because I might see something that you don't see, or vice versa.
Okay.
And what I want to do is not say, this is what I think you should be doing. If I can get from you what you think about your face, then we can, regardless of if I see it or not, we can accentuate that. Talk to me real quick just about the biggest concerns you have with your hair in general right now. What frustrates you aside from the lack of volume?
Yeah, lack of volume is probably the main one. And I think just ease of styling, just because I am a busy mom and I don't have time. Like when I've had my hair shorter, it always looks really cute when I style it, but I don't have time to style it every day. Like most days I'm just on the go. So that's why I think I do longer, just because I can braid it. And then when I get out of bed, I just undo the braid, brush it, and I go. And I'll, maybe put a little oil on the ends of my hair just to kind of soften it. And then that's it. So I'm kind of low maintenance from day to day.
Okay.
But on days that I'm filming or have meetings and stuff, I'll take the time to style it. It's just on like the regular.
So taking your length up to armpit, like in here,
Yeah, that's perfect.
that goes a long way to how much I can take these layers up
Oh, good.
and still get them to really make a lot of sense.
Okay.
Tell me if you see this. Amazing cheekbones. Like we said, this length right here needs to break at your cheeks.
Yeah.
I mean, just at the tip of the cheekbone right there.
Yeah.
So we're going to start those layers, I think, right in about that area, and then we'll connect them down.
Okay.
But that little piece that kind of breaks is one, it's going to lift your cheekbones even more than they already are, which they're incredible. But I think it's really going to allow us to break this up a little bit, to open your face up a little bit more. I'm excited. I'm so comfortable with this haircut, but I'm also like, technically speaking, this is like, I get it. I can do this. But for whatever reason, I think because like I feel like there's a lot on the line, I'm mildly nervous.
Oh, no.
But we'll see what happens. So we're going to go get your hair wet, and then when we come back, we'll get the cut on. Okay, now that we're back with your hair wet, combed through it, detangled it. First thing we're going to do, though, is I'm going to work a little bit of oil through it. This is just kind of like I use it as a cutting serum almost. It helps the comb slide through it. But it's also something that I would add in previous to styling your hair anyway, to help with frizz and texture and that kind of stuff. I'm mainly going to apply this down from the mid shaft through the ends. Okay, not up at the roots, basically because we don't need it so much at the roots. So we're going to comb that down. Now, we are about to lose a substantial amount of length.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
How do it? Show me that.
I'm excited and anxious at the same time, if that's possible.
Oh, it is absolutely possible. So that's part of it. That's part of it. How long have you been a creator?
Since 2008.
Since 2008. Is that when you started YouTube?
Yep.
2008.
Yes.
Did you begin YouTube?
I
Is
know.
YouTube yours?
Towards the beginning, that's why everyone's like, "Oh, she's an OG." I'm like, I feel like the little old lady on YouTube now.
That's wild.
It's wild.
What was it like in 2008?
It was so casual. To be honest, I'm gonna sound like one of those people like in my day. Like I miss it because we all would just sit on our floor and chat about makeup. It was fun. There was no like drama. There was no like high production. It was literally you turn on a camera with some lights and sit on your floor and just talk about makeup. Like it was very casual.
It's very authentic, probably, right?
Yeah, just super genuine. You just did it because you wanted to have fun. Like no one was getting paid for anything at that time.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to start YouTube? Tell me your story.
I started in COVID because you couldn't go to the salon.
Oh yeah.
As a stylist, if you're not at the salon, you're not earning money.
Exactly.
Which has always been my kind of frustration with being behind the chair, if I'm honest. Because I'm like, I want to go travel, I want to do these things, but I mean, you can only take off. So what I learned, 30 years behind the chair, basically, is you learn that, if you take off more than a few weeks, you lose a lot of clientele because they have to go somewhere because you're not there for them, right?
Yep.
The next thing we want to do is we want to add a little bit of a leave-in conditioner. So I'm going to spray this through. So this, I'm going to spray from mid-shaft all the way through ends, get it on the roots. It's really not that big of a deal because it's not really heavy. It's going to help also protect from the heat, which is going to be very important. So we're just going to spray this through, and then I'm just going to kind of work it through with my hands. Now you could take a big brush and brush this through your hair as well. It's totally up to you. We just want to get good distribution. In a perfect world, we don't get it on the roots. It's not a problem if it does.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to know when I'm doing it, like where I should be spraying this.
Yeah. So concentrating on mid-shaft to ends.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's going to get a little bit on your roots as well.
Okay.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a volumizer. Okay. And this is going to be mid-shaft to ends as well. Oh, I'm sorry, roots through the ends as well.
Okay.
You've already got extensions down here. So we've got a lot of fullness down here.
Yeah.
So I don't want to add more fullness down there because the more fullness I get down there, the bigger this has to get to make it look like there's more volume. Okay. It's an optical illusion. We're trying to elongate your face a little bit like we talked about before in the cutting, right? And so to do that, it means I want to create less volume here and a little bit more volume up here to help elongate. That's going to offset any width, right? The more fullness I have in here, the more width we're going to get.
Okay.
All right. So with that said, I'm going to spray this up at the roots and then the mid shaft and the ends up here. And I'm not going to put it. So basically your extensions run from right here all the way back. Everything below this, where your extensions are, I'm not going to actually apply this at the root. So up here, I'm going to really work this through. I'm going to concentrate at the roots where I really want to know that I'm going to get volume. You could do right here too, but we don't want a ton of volume in there.
Okay.
So we're going to get enough. And then I'll just spray a little bit, maybe up to the ends down here. Not dramatic, but just a little bit to give me a little bit of control.
That's like a mousse spray?
It is. Yes, it's a mousse spray volumizer. Okay.
Okay.
And then now you can use any brush. If you use like a wet brush, those are great. I use a volumizer brush. Not so much because this is great for detangling, but because I enjoy using it when I'm actually drying. It helps to kind of get the hair up off the scalp. It helps to get a little bit more volume. At this point, it's just to get it dry, okay? I'm not trying to get it pretty. I'm just trying to get it dry. Now with this, you could brush through this. If it tangles a lot, then you're going to want to use a brush to brush through it.
Okay.
But if you find that it doesn't tangle very easily, you can use this just with your fingers like this and pull through it. Okay, so now that we've got your hair round brushed at the bottom, okay, so we round brushed everything down here. Now we're going to dry this, because you don't want to just get this dry. If you're going to start drying it, then just get it dry and polish off, and then we'll move to the top area. You still have a little bit of dampness here, okay, which is a good thing. That's what we want, all right? It's not totally dry, but it's not dripping wet at all. Now, just to get these roots dry, this is where I'm going to use a volumizer, okay? This is my favorite time to use a brush like this, because I can just pick that up off of the scalp a little bit, okay?
Oh.
So we let these dry for so long, moving forward, and off to the opposite way that they're going to land, that we're already getting volume in that. We're already getting lifts on those bands.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now I just want to get this up off the scalp. This brush just happens to do a really good job of picking the hair up. That's why I've used it for so long in a salon, and people love it, right? And then now, for the bangs, you're going to style them this way. So I'm going to get this section, I'm going to comb through it, and even though we're going this way, to get that little bit of extra bend, I'm going to take it this way. And I'm lifting it up. I'm not pulling it down. Now, just because it's the opposite of the way you want to work, doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to get it to go this way. Not a problem, okay? So I'm going to still be able to take this, get a little bit of lift in there, and bring it off to this side, but it's going to give us a little bit more bend and control out of that front of it.
Yeah, that is it.
And let's take this off. Hold on one second. Let me just put this over there. Let me just give you a little bit of a fluff here just to make sure everything's perfect.
Okay.
We've got the wind going for the outside, so this is very...
I know. I feel like a supermodel right now.
Okay, let's take a look.
Oh my gosh.
Do you love it?
I love it. That looks so good.
So we added a lot of layering down at the bottom, okay?
Yeah.
More than I typically would because you have extensions.
Yeah.
We want to make that kind of match with the density appearance of this, so that it all kind of blends together a little bit more, but still leaving it looking thick, right?
Yeah.
So it just tapers in just a little bit more.
Yeah.
This layer that breaks right at your cheekbone here is really going to help to sell that shape of lifting the eye up. So we're bringing this back off of your face a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
This is tapered in. This being tapered in like this creates the illusion of more volume up here, which is going to lift the eye, draw more attention to your cheekbones, more attention to your jaw structure, and really actually elongate your face like we talked about before. This breaking right at your cheekbone also is going to help draw a little bit more emphasis to your eyes. And we talked about how beautiful they are, right? So just kind of actually framing them down, having something that just kind of draws attention right at it, actually does a lot of bringing the attention to the eye, which is what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
You still have enough length to pull it back,
Yes.
right? Easily. Does that seem okay?
Yeah, it does. I still can't believe how much volume I've got at my roots. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's all we need. So I think there's a misconception with the idea of so much volume, we just need more volume, more volume. The volume is proportional. You need volume in the right areas. And many times to create the illusion of volume in the right areas, it means we need to subtract it from other areas because that's going to draw more of that emphasis to the idea there's more volume in the other area. So if you think about it, if you try to get this bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger, many times you feel like my top of my hair is flat. I'm just going to try to get more volume. Well, look at what's going on through here. Because if this is really big, this is always going to feel flat because you're not going to get it this tall.
Yeah.
Right? So then in that case, we need to take volume out of here and it's going to immediately look like there's more volume here. In the same way that we look at the volume that you've got on top right now, and then if I pull this back and pin this back, it's immediately, because I'm taking so much bulk out of here, going to look like there's a little bit more fluff there. But if I go out and get a bunch of volume down here, this is going to look a lot flatter.
Yeah.
We did nothing to this.
Yeah.
But that's just the illusion that it creates, and that's how hair works.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want volume. You want the appropriate amount. You want shape is really what it is.
Yeah.
All right?
I love it. This is so amazing.
Super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You look great.
Looks so good.
I say that like I just did it. So I've been like, what am I going to say? But no, you look great. You look great.
That's amazing.
I love it.
So much.
Just thank you for trusting me enough to actually let me do this.
Yes, absolutely. I was so excited for this morning. I woke up, I was like, I'm getting my hair done today.
Right. It looks awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much.
Yes. If you need any hair advice, you guys got to go check out Justin's channel. He's absolutely incredible. I'll link to it in the box below. If you need any hair tips, he's absolutely incredible. So
you did really good at that. I told her I was going to shave her head if she didn't say that. So you did great. It's almost like you just did it on like accident, like not even on
my hair.
Thank you so much.
So special thank you to Justin for giving me an amazing haircut. Obviously right now I put my extensions back in and I have a different hairstyle, but I had this haircut for quite a while. We filmed this together a few months ago and a lot of stuff happened between now and then, but he is such an amazing content creator. So go check him out, you guys. I'll link to his channel below, but I will see you all next week for another beauty video. Bye.